What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed? Once and the guy looked at her and said, "Bless you." I said, "Thank you." He said, "You're welcome." What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Wow, I never thought that my day would come where I would be able to share this story with the internet. So flashback to me and my very first boyfriend, right? We are in my bed, under the covers, cuddling naked, we'll say. And in comes my brother, my little one, no knocking, just runs in. And he jumps on top of both of us. Yeah. To this day, I don't think he knows. And Jojo, if you find out this way, you should fucking learn to knock.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
So I want to preface this story by saying this happened before COVID, get that out of the way, whatever. But anyway, so this happened a few years ago, right? This is with a guy that I was frequently seeing. We haven't spoken in years, so I feel comfortable telling the story. So I come over to his house, we're Netflix and chilling, and we're chilling. And then, we do the deed. So we've been in Pound Town for I kid you not, an hour. And I'm kind of at the point where I'm just I want to go. And then out of nowhere, my stomach starts hurting. I know now that I have IBS, but, so I let out the loudest audible fart you've ever heard in your life. And without skipping a beat, he goes, "Oh yeah, talk to me." When I tell you that I wanted to douse myself in gasoline and run to the hills,
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
I have way too many to count. I can't rank them. Let's start most recent. He swallowed his septum ring. One time I tore a hole and blood everywhere. One time I answered a phone call and realized I was late to a trip. One time he answered a phone call and it turns out that the person calling us was standing outside my room listening to us, oh god, I can't even remember. One time I was doing a thing where something was in the place where shit normally is, and it wasn't shit, and I literally went, "Am I shitting?" God damn.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
He moaned O'Reilly and I said auto parts.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Hey mom, you can not watch this one. So one time, I was laying in bed. It was after the deed had been done, and I looked down and I noticed a little bit of blood on my leg. Then I examined a bit further and I realized it was my own blood. And then I started panicking. Listen, men are disproportionately advantaged in many ways, one of them being we very rarely have to deal with our own genital blood, so it freaked me the fuck out. So then to ease the situation, my girlfriend at the time chimed in with, "Hey, my aunt's a nurse." So we then call her aunt so I can receive an over-the-phone prognosis for my dick blood situation, and she asked me very point blank, she goes, "Well, were you being kind of rough with her?" To which I responded, and then she goes, "Yeah, you'll be fine," and then hangs up the phone.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
We had just finished and he got up to go get a towel so he could, clean me up like the gentleman he was. And when he got back on the bed to wipe me off, I queefed in his face. And he thought I farted in his face, and he made this big scene and made me feel really bad about myself to the point I cried. Then when I explained that it was not a fart, it was a queef, we laughed about it, and he called me his little queef monster for the duration of our relationship. Oh, and then the same guy, at the end of our relationship, I started my period on his dick, mid-sex.
Pleasure, I've been under pressure. people around me tell me that they care, but I don't wanna lose my treasures. I don't trust easily what you think of me. I'm afraid you will leave when you look inside me. We are friends right now, but later we could be enemies. I'm not taking chances, no more laughs like a comedy. I feel alone, I'm on my own. Nobody knows the way I feel inside. I feel alone, I'm on my own. Nobody knows the way I feel inside. Why do I feel so empty? Free, but I feel so.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
I'm cry laughing already. Hold on. Okay, so no shit, I cannot make this up. My ex-wife and I were, doing it. And we decided to be a little promiscuous and record it. Somehow between recording ourselves doing it and the phone getting lost in the sheets, because we got a little rough, it ended up being posted to Facebook. I don't know how long it was there. I don't know who saw it. I'm really sorry if you saw that shit. She ended up realizing it was posted on Facebook because when we got done, she grabbed her phone, went on Facebook. It was the first thing that she saw. I just remember laying there next to her, and when she opened her phone, all I heard was moaning. Lord have mercy. And this is why you get a professional to record you.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
So one night, my ex-girlfriend was staying the night, and we were in the middle of doing our thing, and my door just flies open, and it's my son. And we made direct eye contact, and he just closed the door, and there was no confusion as to what was going on. She was literally right on top of me. So I was like, great, that's great. And 2 minutes later, I get a text from him, and he was like, yeah, I'm just gonna pretend I never saw that. And I just texted him back, like, that's probably a good idea. So yeah, lock your doors.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you guys while doing the deed?
Okay, I actually have a few of these, but one time I was sleeping with this guy for the first time, and we had a fair bit to drink each, and I don't know how, but he tripped over his own pants or something, I don't know, and he headbutted me so fucking hard. I legit had teeth marks in my fucking head because of how hard he fucking headbutted me. And the next day I had a massive bruise and egg on my head for a week. It was so embarrassing.